Hey everybody, IronFury here, and I have a quick video to put up. Last night on Facebook, I made a status talking about how Nuzlocke challenges for Pokemon have become very popular, and I decided to make a challenge of my own, and I guess this will be the first of IronFury challenges, where I challenge you guys to play a game a certain way to see if you can do it. And this is going to be called the Master Lock Challenge because it's a very special type of Nuzlocke. And I'm just going to explain the rules real quick. Rule 1, it must be a Generation 1 Pokemon game. So red, blue, or yellow is perfectly acceptable. And the reason why I am choosing Generation 1, I will explain further on within the rules. The second rule, you only get one Pokemon to use for your main game. However, you will be allowed to catch HM slaves, which, cannot be used during battle, but obviously you need them to solve puzzles and stuff. So, yeah. And the reason why I said it must be a Generation 1 game is because despite the fact that you only get one Pokemon, you do not get to pick which Pokemon you want to use. It has to be determined via random number generator. And there are ways that you can get a random number generator. One means, which I will post a link to in the description, is through a website called random.org, which provides a random number generator for you. It offers a minimum and maximum that you can set. And let's just say I press generate right here for a minute. I get 21, and I'm also going to provide a link to the original 150 Pokemon so that you have a source of reference. And okay, so since I got 21, I'm going on Bulbapedia real quick. And that would be Spearow, which I actually did a prior recording of this, and I managed to get the same one. Shocking how that turned out. Anyway, so, yeah. That is basically how you determine which Pokemon you are allowed to use. Now, there are some exceptions to this. If you roll an 11, a 14, or a 129, you are allowed to re-roll. And the reason for that is because number 11 is Metapod, number 14 is Kakuna, and number 129 is Magikarp, which their movesets do not allow them to have any kind of offensive attacks. And since you're only allowed to use one Pokemon for battle, obviously you're not going to be able to level them up at all or fight, so the game would be impossible. Moving on to the next rule. If your Pokemon faints, that is it. It's dead. Game over. Obviously, since you're only allowed to use one, you can't rely on another Pokemon. I am going to make this semi-optional, though. If you want to continue from that spot, I'll allow it. But obviously, you would have to go back to the random number generator and re-roll and get your Pokemon from that. And I know that this is obviously going to require some type of Game Genie or Game Shark to do this, so you're most likely going to be recording this using an emulator. But yeah, it's perfectly easy, and it doesn't screw up the game at all to insert a Pokemon. So yeah. Now, this next rule is optional. It's really only designed to make the challenge even harder. But I understand if people don't want to go by this rule. You are allowed one visit to a Pokemon Center per town. Obviously, this makes the game that much harder. And that's all it's designed to be. It's just to make it seem near impossible. And this rule is completely optional. If you do go by this rule, though, it should be noted that Pokemon Marts are perfectly legal, so feel free to buy as many items as you need or want to. That's really all there is to the rules. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. So if you're interested in taking part in this challenge, by all means, leave a video response. And yeah, happy gaming. So until next time, take care.